Hey everyone, it's Nova, and welcome to Cupid. I don't know, lately I feel like I've been in a visual novel kick for some reason. And while looking on Steam for some free games to play, I stumbled across this. And it got my interest because, again, I do love visual novels. And it mentioned, very briefly, like it didn't really tell too much of the story, but the premise is it takes place, I think, in the 18th century in France, and it has a sort of Gothic feel to it, so that seems up my alley, so let's see what this has to offer. Hopefully this will be good. Okay, that's a thing. I guess this is a female? I don't know. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay. There's no need to explain. It's only natural. Okay, so yeah, this is a woman. A mother loves her daughter more than anything else in the world. He hates you, doesn't he? The whole lot of them despise you, don't they? Chasing you into the forest and gouging a hole into your leg. All because you smiled at their husbands. And you know what? You deserve it. Okay. You freak. You disgusting, horrible, filthy little girl. Didn't I tell you to stay away from them? You never listen. Serves you right for being... Ow! She is really ripping into her daughter. Serves you right for being a little slut you are. But you don't have to worry, my darling. It's alright. Wow, bipolar much? I mean, no offense to the people out there that are, but she's insulting her 1 second and, like, trying to comfort her the next. And that was weird that the sound effect just did that. Even if the whole world wishes you dead, I promise you this. Your mother will always be by your side. Are you sure about that? 'Cause... My goodness, child, whatever has happened to you? Oh. A girl was slumped in the doorway, soaked by the rain. Her legs were covered in dirt and blood. She lifted her head upon hearing the priest's voice and stared at him with blank eyes. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. She hobbled forward, her bloody leg giving way. Automatically, the priest rushed forward to steady her. Years of spiritual training had prepared him for the most unexpected guests to his church. He sprung into action. He ushered her to a pew, brought out some clean cloth and antiseptic, and began to bandage the wound on her leg. Yet throughout all this, he found that he could not take his eyes off her. He would be gazing at the roll of bandages in his hand, deciding how to tie them. And then out of nowhere, he would be staring into her eyes. Even with all the mud and grime smeared across her face, he couldn't deny that she would... Okay, please don't go. Please don't do something strange. Please. It's too early in the novel for this. Please. He couldn't deny that he was absolutely beautiful. She was absolutely beautiful. What does that matter? Why are you... Like, I hope he's just... Please, it's too early in the novel for this. It's too early in the story for this. How old was she? 20? 18? 16? Her face was so young. I hope that's all that he's just trying to imply. That he can't really gauge how young she is to be in such a situation. Please don't be thinking dirty things. Please, please. Oh, God. The priest... The priest had long since aged past his desire for the opposite sex, but somehow, something about her enraptured him. Oh, God, it's Frollo all over again. When he realized his own thoughts, he quickly steered his mind, steer them towards other matters. Good, good. My child, what's happened to you? She seemed to take all the time in the world before responding. He looked at me. Looked? He looked at me and he touched me. And then he started to kiss me. At first the priest didn't understand. Then he realized with a jolt of anger what she meant. It was happening more and more often nowadays. The young men of France these days were spirited, uncontrollable ruffians. A lady walking home by herself one night would be prey to a few of them. Lust. One of the 7 deadly sins, the one that the priest personally despised the most. I'm telling you, it's Frollo all over again. Burrowing his brow in sorrow, the priest laid a hand... Of all the body parts on her, you rested it there. Why not just put it on her titty? Come on, now. The priest laid a hand on her thigh. You are safe now, child. God's house is a sanctuary for the faithful. I don't think he'll protect me. He looked at her in confusion. You see, Father, I have sinned again. Right there among the pews, before the altar of God, she bowed her head. I'm sorry. Was she apologizing to him or to someone else? Her hair hid her face and her eyes, and the priest could make neither head nor tail of her. He suddenly realized that his hand was still on her thigh, and he hurriedly drew it away. I'm sorry. She repeated the phrase over and over. After a while, the priest got up. Don't fret, child. You are not to blame. I will contact the local constable, but in the meantime, you are free to make yourself at home here. I will fetch you a hot drink. He patted her hand and left to go to the back room. She remained seated on the pew, her head bent forward. As the priest's footsteps faded away, the entire church fell into silence. I don't like the silence. Let there be some kind of... Now that it was dead of night, the clouds covered the sky. I would prefer the church music right now. This is a little too quiet. I know. Yeah, it's too quiet, Gizmo. Barely a sliver of moonlight filtered through the stained glass. You're providing the soundtrack? Thank you, but we can do without that, Gizmo. The girl sat alone in a ring of darkness. She opened her mouth. No, I know. What the hell? If I may say my piece, surely. Yes, mother. But he is so very kind. Dialogue choice. Have you learned your lesson, idiot? I fear for your safety. I mean, I am a little put off, because the priest is trying to, at least from our standpoint, I know she can't really sense it, or maybe she does sense it, but he's trying to fight off these urges that he's having, which have all of a sudden now sprung up out of nowhere. But at the same time, a part of me does feel like he does sincerely care for the girl's well-being. I fear for your safety. Haven't you learned your lesson, idiot? So again, this lady's like harping on her. I fear for your safety. Child, follow mother's words and leave. Okay. So, I guess it did seem a little obvious since she's saying this to her now. And airplanes. Airplanes, airplanes, airplanes. Alright. You saw the look in his eyes, didn't you? You cannot stay here. Even a man of God can stain you with the filthiest colors. Yeah. Be a good girl. And I'm wondering now if Mother is like an elderly woman or she's just like a middle-aged woman. Like, it's kind of hard to tell without actually seeing a face. Like, I don't want to give her an old lady's voice and then she's like, you know, only like 20-something years older than me, which isn't, you know, in my opinion, not that much. Versus like a almost grandmotherly type voice. What is with all the sounds today? What the hell is that? Okay, sorry about that, guys. It seemed like it quieted down now, so now we can continue. Be a good girl and follow Mother's words. But I gotta try and differentiate my voices better. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sort of losing my voice too, which is also making it hard to try and keep some kind of consistency here. It is cold outside, Mother. The rain has not let up. Can't I stay? Alright, achievement, Mother's intuition. Now they got me worried if I should actually take a chance and run out into the rain or if I should stay here. I mean, I am kind of getting some weird vibes from the priest, but what is the lesser of two evils here? Like staying here or running back out there in the rain with... I mean, I think he did bandage her leg, but she... Airplanes. Please, enough. Okay, so, you know what? I got a bad feeling, and the fact that that achievement just now popped up and said Mother's intuition, I'm going to go ahead and say no. I am curious to see what would happen if I stay, but I got a feeling I should go. You leave now, and that is final. I will not hear another argument. I'm sorry. Please don't be angry, Mother. I understand. I shall leave at once. How am I going to mind you like this? You attract so much misfortune everywhere you go. Wow. Okay, so this Mother, who I'm assuming is like deceased, and she's just like in the back of her head, almost like a conscience of some kind of sort, a really screwed up conscience, because on one half she's berating the girl, and on the other half she's like consoling her. And I don't really know, Gizmo, please. I don't really know too much about our main character's background for me to be harping on her. like the whole thing with the Gizmo, what are you doing? I'm sorry, guys. My cat's wigging out. I don't think she likes the rainy weather or something. Just freaking jumped behind the bookcase somehow. I don't even know how she did that. I'll just say my poor child, because she's probably freezing, wet. She's got a messed up leg, and she's probably scared out of her wits. Wow. And then she goes and says that. My stupid little girl. Always, wow. So toxic. God, I think, oof. Always a blight, aren't you? Whatever will you do without me? I'm sorry, Mother. Thank you for always guiding me and treating me like other shit. It is all my fault. The girl sat in silence. Unlike Gizmo and the freaking airplane. Seriously, what is going on? Mother was right, after all. She was always right. Oh. See, this is hard. Like, sometimes I can't tell if she's thinking the text below, or if it's actually like the unseen narrator. Whatever. I can't. Everything was her fault. Her fist shook with a mixture of fear and conviction. She had to do penance. Mother, give me strength. There's something I wish to do. The girl rose from the pew. In front of her was the altar, and on top of the altar was an ornately decorated cross. It was as wide as her head, and the tip of the cross had been crafted such as it was razor sharp. She left the pew, knelt briefly, and then walked over to the altar. Don't tell. See, I don't know now if this is the mother or the freaking narrator. Don't tell me. You're quite sure you're doing this? Oh dear, what are you about to do? The girl's arm trembled ever so slightly. What other way is there for me to atone? She picked up the cross. Oh, my darling daughter. Mother is proud of you. Oh my God, this is gonna... Slowly she brought the sharp end close to her face. What the hell is this? What am I reading? Put it down, put it down, put it down. So close that it hovered just above her left eye. And then she... Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Why was this necessary? Why was this a thing? And that's how we start off. Hooray! Chapter 1, The Star and the Rose. Okay, so did we do a time skip? Or is this like a flashback? Because this clearly looks like the same girl, but... and her hair is covering her face, so maybe this is sometime later? A scruffy young girl in tattered clothes peeked through the open gates of the Chateau Le Sommet. Duchamel. So, bleh. This is going to end horribly. I already mentioned in a previous Let's Play that I don't do French. I am not French. And, yeah, this is not going to end well. Oh my God, please. An afternoon Gothic was being held in the garden, so I guess that means party? I should have looked to see if there was a glossary in this game. People from high-class estates strolled about the manicured gardens while chatting loudly with one another. There were beautiful ladies clad in silk and velvet, their necks adorned with pearls and jewels. A variety of food was displayed on the tables. The girl stared at the food. She hadn't eaten properly for the past few days. Well, I mean, if she's hungry, try to... If you're any kind of decent mother, you would want to feed your child. And I don't want to be a douchebag to this girl, so... Are you hungry, my dear? Rose Girl. Wow, she doesn't even get a name. We just freaking call her the Rose Girl. This is depressing. Yes, Mother. Don't you worry. Mother will provide. Yeah, I don't know. You were a little too eagerly happy about what she did at that church. Why are you giving me choices if you're gonna just do this, Mother? I don't like your mother, girl. I feel bad for you. You do not need these high-class foods anyway. They will upset your stomach. Okay, well, that could be true in some cases. Certain foods can. Airplanes. They will upset your stomach. Now we've stayed long enough. Let us leave. Why were we here in the first place? Surely we can look around for a bit. It's still a little early. There was something else that called to her, other than the party itself. She walked to and fro from the gates, peeking at the crowd despite the urgings of her mother to leave. Just a tiny glance would be enough. The girl smiled at the thought of him. Oh, and she's blushing now. The owner of the chateau, the Marquis de Gul. Gul? The girl was drawn to him. He wasn't the same as other people. He seemed different somehow. He was kind to her, and he would always hand her food when she delivered flowers. Okay. I kept saying, why the hell are they calling her the Rose Girl? Okay, she literally delivers roses to, okay. And we don't know what her real name is at this point, or if she even really has one. Her heart felt at ease with him. Okay, both of these are kind of like digging barbs into him. He's the same as everyone. I do not care for him. Just say you don't care for him, because you can't really assume that he's the same as everyone. Not everyone is the same. I mean, a lot of people might act similar, but to say everyone is the same, no. I do not care for him, but I wish you would stop ogling some man like a common whore. Thanks for the pep talk, Mom. I just want to see him, Mother. What for? What good does his presence do you? He makes me feel that there are still good people in the world, Mother. Yeah, your mom's a real negative Nancy. There are no more good people in the world, child. It's hard to say. I would rather say it's hard to say, because you do get pessimistic or cynical after a while, especially if you experience a lot of setbacks and a lot of negativity. But to say that there are no more good people in the world, that's bullshit. It is hard to say, of course, dear. We do not know the real intentions people have. One can hope that real charity exists. But even good people will always put their needs first. Not always true. Sometimes good people are a little too self-giving, you know? Even your precious Marquis. Don't you think I'm a good person, Mother? Okay, I have no remorse or sympathy for the mother, so I'm just going to try and pick all the positive choices at this point. Of course, child, you're special. Haven't I raised you as such? I've tried my best, my dearest. Yes, mother, you keep me right. I love you. The girl stares at her shoes and looks around for a bit, hoping for just a glance before she left. And there he was. There was no harm in looking, she reasoned. She would never enter the Marquis's world. Let her heart be filled with hope. He turned his eyes in her direction. Did he smile at her? The girl's heart stopped. Did he recognize her? She beamed. Oh, wow, jeez. My, is this creature deaf as well as dumb? It might be, poor thing. Mademoiselle. A voice called to the Rose Girl. She gasped. It seemed that somebody else had noticed her presence. She turned to leave. No, poor creature, don't run away. Charlotte, she stings, don't touch her. I already forgot what the second lady's voice was. Oh, God. Came to crash the party, little urchin? You hungry? Her stomach gave a low grumble. She was always hungry, it seemed, no matter how much or how little she ate. Encouraged by the kindness the Marquis had shown her, the girl approached the woman. Oh, this is a setup for disaster. She teetered towards their table. What are you selling? Look at this poor creature. Is she selling roses? These are all ugly ones. Well, fuck you, lady. But you're no rose yourself. But I'm gonna say it now. Women can be such bitches. But not as appalling as the rags that she's covering herself in. Are you trying your best to be this repulsive? Now, don't be mean, Antoinette. Perhaps it's the commoner's fashion nowadays. They laughed while gawking at her and her wares. Oh my, she only has one eye. Ghastly, I can't look away. The other lady nodded her head. Wow, Jesus, ladies, this is so uncalled for. Like a sideshow attraction, you mean? The freaks at the carnivals. She's darling in her own dirty, monstrous way. Maybe she's not a freaking pet. Maybe we can keep it. Hello, do you want some bread, urchin? Okay, I'm all for, giving these ladies their comeuppance. Because this is just so uncalled for right now. Well, speak up. Maybe her tongue is short. Add that to the list of her sterling qualities. Quiet, Antoinette. Come on, don't be shy. Well, I don't know. Lady number one is rude to the sense that she doesn't phrase her words correctly, but she seems to be the nicest of the trio. I hate lady number 3, and number 2 is a close second. No pun intended. Do you want some food? Let us hear you speak. Yes, madame. What? Yes, madame, I would be grateful. One of the ladies claps in mockery at her reply. Oh, she talks. The ladies handed her the bread, but it was snatched away just before her fingers grazed it. See, this is cruel. Why are you doing this to this girl? She's been through enough. Not before you... Seriously, I just want to, reach through the screen right now and just strangle these hoes, because this is just unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. Okay, and I was having some respect for you, court lady number one, but now you can go fuck yourself too. Oh, make her do a handstand. I've seen one of those street people do that. Quite marvelous. Now, I'd like to see that. This party's getting quite boring. Well, come on, Lepete. Dance for your food. The girl looked at the beautiful, cruel faces of the women. That look on them. It was a burning desire to hurt something, simply because they could. And I can't stand people like that in real life. Like, seriously. Like, you can't do any better. You're that shitty of a person that you have to try and make somebody who's clearly in a disadvantage compared to you feel even worse about themselves. Ugh. She knew that look. Before they touched and hurt her. Oh. Wait, are these the same women? Or is she just saying in general the women that hurt her before? Before they touched her and hurt her, they all had that look burning in their eyes. Oh, look what you did, Claudette. She's shivering like a leaf, poor thing. The lady was laughing as she said those words. I'm not going to laugh because I don't think that shit's funny. I didn't do anything. She should be grateful we're even offering her this much. Besides, these commoners are supposed to be... Besides, these commoners are supposed to be jolly in their misery. Come on, girl. Show us your joy. How is she supposed to be happy? You're calling... Oh... You bitches. You are such bitches. Actually, no, I can't even say that because that's an insult to real bitches. The girl moved away as they laughed. Mother, please save me. Mother. Yeah. I still don't want to say number 2 because it's not true for everybody. But she did kind of tell her she needed to leave, so... Didn't I tell you to leave, insolent child? Now you call for me. Try to deal with the situation yourself. You have put yourself in this position anyway. I hope you learn your lesson. Maybe a guy? Hey there. Oh. I am so sorry. See, this is the problem. You can't always tell if it's a boy or a girl, young or old. I'm so sorry. A child's voice called out from behind her. It belonged to a girl around 7, with chubby cheeks and a look of curiosity in her eyes. She wore an old blue dress, somewhat patched at the corners, but kept clean and tidy. She was not rich, but she had an air as if she owned the ground she stood on. Another commoner? This party's absolutely teeming with them. The Marquis loves these things. Heard he picks them up randomly in the streets. Maybe I should get one too. Do you think it's fashionable abroad? In his birth country, I mean? Persia? No, I heard he was from India. I heard a rumor he's a bastard son of a Greek queen. Goodness, that's so far-fetched. I could barely pronounce his name, though. He should really change it to something more... What is wrong with these women? Jesus. Who knows what kind of demons he might attract with such a blasphemous name. Aha! That must be why all... Now you're calling them horrid little creatures. Yeah, and I just noticed what's-her-face just made this really pissed off face just now. Aha, that must be why all these nasty, horrid little creatures flock around him. Devil or not, I'll forgive him if he kisses my hand, you slut. The ladies laugh. Salope, aren't you shameless? Don't lie, we all know why we're here. The ladies gossip among themselves, openly ignoring the girl. The young girl took the slighting with a shrug. She approached the table and asserted her presence. What you doing? Goodness, they don't take a hint, do they? Throw something shiny. It might distract them. What the fuck, lady? Hey, you've been holding that bread for a long time. Aren't you gonna give it to her? She pointed at the shabby rose vendor. Why do you care? Don't you want the bread for yourself? I bet she's hungry too. I know. Maybe you should toss the bread and see if they'll fight for it. Oh my god, I'm just wishing the most harmful, hurtful things to happen to these ladies right now. And I usually don't wish ill upon a person, but these ladies I'm willing to make an exception for. The ladies laughed to themselves. The girl stared at them with confusion. Her brows furrowed in a childlike understanding. Next thing everyone knew, she had swiped the bread from the woman's hand. Oh my! How rude! Horrible, filthy girl, give that back! The girl sniffed a piece of bread and rubbled at the surface. Yummy, it's still warm. She shoved the bread in the urchin's face. The scrumptious scent of bread filled the rose girl's nose. Lick it. The sugared butter tastes good. No, you devil child, give that back. The urchin licked it. Her tongue was coated in sweetness. She stood there, squeezing the taste in her mouth. The girl grinned at her, and she couldn't help but grin back. Sorry, here you go. It's all yours. Ugh, disgusting. Like we're gonna eat anything that's been in your filthy mouths. Wow, so this is ours now? You ladies are so nice. Cheeky little brat. I'll have you thrown out of this party. I'll have you... A young man strode to the commotion. A sweet scent lingered as he passed. The rose girl felt her mouth well up. His presence filled her body, almost as if her hunger was abated. She blushed furiously. What a strange effect he had. Ladies. Oh, Sir... Robert Guillaume. I know this name. I don't know why I can't pronounce it. And you know what? I think I might call this an episode because I'm getting so tired right now. I'm sorry, guys. But it's either this or me trying to finish a chapter and butchering names and pronunciations horribly. So, interesting start. I am curious to see what's the deal with this mother character. Like, I do think that she must be some kind of ghost-like character of the Rose Girl, and she's kind of like haunting her or constantly in the back of her mind, almost serving as a really warped sense of a conscience. And then I'm curious about this little girl here that kind of jumped in and tried to help her. Hoping nothing bad happens to her. Usually in these kind of games, shit always happens to the nice characters. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you next time. Take care.